everyone, sorry for the late update. We've been waiting for our tomatoes to ripen, and we're actually able to get this video to you earlier now because my mother-in-law gave us some of her tomatoes, so we'll be making huckleberry barbecue sauce today.
Okay, the recipe we're going to be using is very simple. We're going to have our homegrown tomatoes, our huckleberries that we picked this year, some liquid smoke, relatively easy to find just any grocery store, brown sugar, or you can substitute for honey if you prefer the honey flavor more, seasonings of choice, and some white vinegar. Now we're going to start by cutting up the tomatoes and dicing them and putting them into our pot. Okay, now that our tomatoes are on the stove, we're going to set it to a medium heat and kind of just slow cook them through. Now is when we want to add our huckleberries. I'm going to do probably about a cup and a half of huckleberries for the given size of our batch. I don't want the huckleberry flavor to be too dominant and overpowering, but I want it to definitely be there so it's noticeable. And so we're just going to slowly let this cook until it all starts to kind of become like a paste. This has been cooking for a little bit. I've been stirring periodically. The tomatoes and the huckleberries are starting to become very juicy. A lot of the liquid's starting to cook out of it. And at this point in time is when we're going to start to add our sugar, spices, vinegar, and liquid smoke. Do some vinegar. I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons worth. Vinegar's there just to give it a little bit of a zing to the flavor. And we're going to add about the same amount of the liquid smoke. About 2 tablespoons. And this is give or take depending on your batch size and flavor preferences. So feel free to try it. You can always add more vinegar and liquid smoke at the end of it. So that way you can kind of mold your barbecue sauce to how you prefer it to taste. And for about this batch size of sauce, I'm going to do about 2 cups of brown sugar. And that's 2 cups. And for spices, I'm going to go pretty mild on it. I'm just going to do a little bit of garlic and a little bit of cayenne pepper because I want a little bit of heat, but not too much overwhelming heat with this. And garlic is always a good, safe flavor to add. A little bit though, more on the cayenne part. Now we're going to mix that in and let it keep cooking down. We'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, now that you got everything well blended in, it's going to really help the sauce thicken up. Now we're going to bring it to a simmer and let it cook down for a little bit, try to get that excess water out. So we'll see you in a little bit.
Okay, so we let this simmer for a little bit. We got it to boiling and then simmered it to thicken it up. You can let it stay thin if you want. We also added 2 tablespoons of lemon juice just to preserve the color. So now if you wanted to, you can go ahead and can this. I don't think I've ever canned barbecue sauce before. I don't believe I've ever canned barbecue sauce before. I believe you can water bath can it, depending on what you put in there. Or otherwise you would just pressure can it. But we are going to put this in the fridge since we're going to be using this soon. But you can use it for dipping or put it on maybe some chicken. There you have it. And if you guys feel like at the part where you add in fruit, you can always leave it out just for a regular barbecue sauce. Hope you guys have a wonderful time. Let us know what you think in the comments below if you decide to make this. See you next time.